behind the wall, uplifting the underdog. We fighting above the law.
Deep diving into these cases is like dancing with the devil. But when you dance with the devil doesn't change. He changes you.
Hey y'all. Can you hear me all right? It's showing me my mic is working good now. And I don't think I put slow mode on tonight. Hey Marty, hey Lake Superior. How do you say that name? Yalva? Hi Sherry, Sharon, Annabelle. Hi Jaded. Eve, thanks for being here. Astriel. Rogue, if you're still in here. Rap Track Gangsta. Is slow mode on, you guys? I don't think I put slow mode on. Did I say it right? Okay. Hi Victoria. Hi Jackie. Shih Tzu. Hey Melody. Hey y'all. Yep, Mark's here too.
Hello.
Hi Deb. Giselle. Token. Token says no, you can't hear me. Well, you're the only person saying that. I don't know if that's true or not. Holy moly. Melody, good evening. Lady Lolo. Hi Lisa. When Evil entered. Hey boo. Black Widow. No, you can? Okay. Okay, Token. Patty. Just saying. Hey y'all, hey y'all. Now I see everybody's live. Now Trev Time had a really good one going on with someone who I follow. I'm going to be watching that after this, but I did not want to push it to tomorrow and do that to you guys again because I was doing it a lot. So I didn't do it. People will just end up where they end up tonight, and then they got a lot of replays. So if they catch me on the replay, that's cool. Hey, Cool Gamer. No slow mode. Thank you, Token. Okay, I gotcha. You can hear good? Okay, perfect. Perfect. What's everyone up to tonight? Just cruising the YouTube streets or what? Do you guys remember I did find the couple clips that I was telling you about towards the end of my last live stream on me being on kind of like this weird call with Don and his dad. And again, some of the clips that I showed tonight, there's a lot that like some clips, I don't know what law is doing with, but has definitely been sent into the law. So some things you'll see where I kind of start a video in the middle of a sentence. That's why, because some of the stuff I don't know. I don't know if they would tell me if I called and said, but I have asked them before, do you mind, like, should I wait a certain amount of time, or is this okay to put on my channel? There's been, and a lot of the other creators, like probably Benny and them, who report a lot, who have been up close and personal to have things to of value to report, they kind of just more so say, well, you know, we can't tell you yes or no, but we prefer you didn't run and put it on YouTube. But it hasn't been very often where they even say that to something when you're turning it in. But there has been a couple of things. So, hi Heidi. Hi Steph. You're at work, but listening. I hope work goes well. Hi Mandy TNT. I know I saw Justin's live too. But yeah, I did have this set for 8 o'clock, so I did go ahead and start it 30 minutes earlier than it was set. So that's my bad too. Nikki Two Poles. Which song? Which song has been in your head for 2 days now? Hi, Helen. Hi, NC Country Girl. Cool Gamer. Jackie says we can hear good. Okay, awesome. Yes, thanks everyone for being here. Yeah, lots of good replays for sure, no matter where you end up tonight. Or hopping around and do like I do and you kind of spend a few minutes here and make your way all around until you need a little bit of break to watch some comedy or something that makes you laugh, and then you go back and make the rounds again. Hi, Jessica. Yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes and we'll get started. I'll start with what we were discussing at last live. Some of my stuff saved really weird and didn't save with any dates, so some of it's like black screens because this is how I recorded it. Black screens and just numbers but not dates, and sometimes there's some, like, a couple recordings in one same day, right? Because there's times where you talk to them multiple times a day. But hi, accidentally on purpose. Hi, Teresa. Yep, we know Justin's live. So where we kind of left off last live is well, actually, after my last live, I was speaking to Mary, and it does not sound like the wells have calmed down whatsoever. So it still sounds like it's a good idea for those boys not to be in the house because they are still putting death threats out on Josh at the lab, me, my husband, my kids, and obviously still his victims, and Mary included in victims and getting death threats and stuff, which has never stopped. I know behind the scenes she was getting those every time, but he is still recently, like currently doing that. So that is absolutely wild to me. I don't know how people can continue to, again, support, enable, and back their behavior and think that there's nothing wrong. And then, yeah, it's wild. Hi, Michelle. Oh, Sherry. Glad to catch you live. I have no idea how they get away with it. I have no idea. But there's no shame. Like I said, he's confessed. We keep asking him, does anything that your victims say have to do with why your daughter's missing? And it's, oh, no, of course not. You get a lot of anger. Why would you say that? Well, why are you worried about what they're saying if it has nothing to do, like, just focus on your daughter missing? But you will notice that anytime that things are centered and being spoken about Summer, he does go ahead and tie his stepsisters into it himself. He does it all the time. So it is weird that you keep tying your daughter to that every time, and then you keep saying, well, they're making it about them, but you're the one who keeps making sure that it stays focused. I can't even have private conversations with them, you guys, right, babe, where he continues bashing his victims, his stepsisters, privately on calls, right?
Oh, you can't stop talking about it.
He can't stop talking about them. Yep. To the point where one day he so badly wanted his dad in, and trigger warning, but yeah, he wanted his dad to tell me that the stepsisters tried stuff with him too. And to me, that's not someone who's innocent. And why you're so mad at other people, I don't know. Now, do I wish it didn't start off on the YouTubes and then it just went to the law and stayed with the law and none of us on YouTube knew about any of this? Yes, yes, I do. But that's not the case. And it probably all would have come out eventually. And again, if this has been weighing on all of these victims for all of these years, they're entitled to have the therapy and get this out and off of their chests in any way, shape, or fashion that they feel comfortable doing, and telling their story, sharing their story to help other victims and put it out there. So we are not one to judge why it is on YouTube at the same time, if that makes sense. I just wish it wasn't, right now, just because it's just so they're not getting their proper justice, and I feel badly for them, Summer, and the entire situation. Have I seen Tiffany's community page? Her and BK have something going on. They are airing tomorrow. Check it out. No, I have not seen that. Yeah. But I didn't realize till today too how much Dawn really talks about $50,000 and Summer, but the things will change. 50,000 in drugs, or 20,000 in drugs, 30,000 cash, whatever. And I didn't even realize you had a conversation with me saying that maybe somebody, what did he say? Adopted her?
Yeah.
Somebody adopted her out for $50,000. I took the partial of that clip. Again, things are partial clip, but you'll hear it from his own mouth anyways. It again, bringing that up, $50,000 in Summer multiple times, and this time, and recently, by the way, this would have been maybe August or September 2023, where he's again, well, it's very quite possible this is, much bigger than anybody even knows, Cher. It's quite possible that she was adopted out for 50,000 cash. Like, what? These don't sound like the same words as you believe. Like, I don't know. It's weird. And that's where I get weird when that kind of stuff gets talked about. And I definitely feel like that should get reported, right? Do you, Roxy? Well, you know, everyone's definitely got their opinion, so that's fair. You think the SDA got the money? Is he threatening Chris McDonough too now? He always was, more privately. He never spoke, and I go along with it, but yeah, he never spoke kindly of Josh or Chris McDonough, but that's not a shocker to anyone. In fact, if you want to be best friends with Don, that was exactly, my in. Fuck Chris McDonough, he's such a liar, and then you're best friends. I've definitely thought that, Rogue, but then it's hard for me because you see the control that he really does have, and I see it a lot more behind the scenes than even I can explain to you guys. But the control is there. Wouldn't you say, babe? Tim Mullins is very much a controlling Don Wells. And like I said, Candace will pick up the phone when she's mad and call Tim Mullins and rat to Tim Mullins what Don is doing. So it could be that, but I don't think he's of the law, because the law has told me and multiple other creators, and even there's, public, videos where people shared the videos. Like, it's apparent to me that he's not a media manager that the law would set them up with. And again, they turned down pro bono 5-star team, which one of the attorneys was specifically for dealing with the media. That's awesome. That's awesome. Not on the side of that. So maybe, yeah, I can see thinking that. I've definitely thought that, but then I also think he's kind of got his ass a little too deep in that it makes me wonder, why is he involved? Is he involved to try and cover his tracks too? You know, how many people was hurting this poor little girl? Because again, they aren't smart to try and get away with something on their own. And why would anyone help them get away with something? I don't understand that, unless, like, what were you doing if you're going to help them get away with whatever? Hi, Kat in the chat. Hi, Anita. Can I see your phone? So I'll start with just playing a little bit of recordings of Don having me on the phone with his dad talking about these victims. And you can you'll get a more of idea. I have played one of these before back 2 years ago, so maybe people might not remember it. But I've got 2 here I'm going to share. I don't know if I did my password right. Mhm. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm on live, just so you know. I don't have my camera on though. Hey, Running. Hey, Teresa. Oh, yeah, Robin's very much a weirdo too. We've got a lot of stuff to get into, you guys, but little bits at a time. I'll try a sip. So, there's something that you said Benny and Tiffany Marie are working on together tomorrow that they're putting out. I'll make sure I have my notifications on, as everyone else should see. I know, yes, you guys, the Hunter stuff going on. Allie, yes, I'm watching. Yes, we will discuss closer to the weekend. I got to listen to a little bit more, and it sure feels like there's going to be an explosion of sorts happening. So I'm kind of waiting for the aftershocks of everything, and then we are going to discuss it. It's something about Chris and Josh. Wait, they're going to expose something. Wait, Benny and BK are going to expose something about Josh the Lab and Chris McDonough. Okay, let me check out her community post. Hold on. Here you go. Thank you.
Can I please use these tweezers again?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, let me see here on Tiffany Marie. Okay. Oh, shit. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. What the interview room. Whole truth, nothing but the truth. About Utah. Wait, what? So okay, oh shit. Okay, so the interview room, this live stream is scheduled for 24 hours from now. I'd like to afford you the opportunity to be forthcoming about your dishonesty with this entire community regarding the non-existent case in Utah, your behavior in dealing with Don's siblings, the tactics you have used on them, on Don Wells and the public at large. You pledge to keep and hold true to your honor, never to betray your badge, your integrity, your character, and the trust of the public. You vow to always have the courage to hold yourself and others accountable for your actions and theirs, to uphold the Constitution, your community, and the agencies you served and claim to still serve. Please do the right thing, the honest thing. You made a promise to me over 2 years ago that you would do no harm, that you could be trusted, that you could handle the human beings involved delicately and with care. You failed to do all those things, and I have sat horrified while you have abused your power and have taken advantage of the vulnerable individuals whose hearts are wide open for summer, all while being preyed upon by a retired law enforcement officer. The time is now, if ever, to tell the Summer Wells community what is truly going on and to be open. Well, this should be interesting because I did, with Don's wanting me to request the Utah files like Josh did, and I was basically told no go. So I did offer to pay for it because I would have paid for it. Yeah, so and Don requested it at that time, and you guys all heard Don ask, "Hey John, hey Brandy," you guys all heard me. Don requested that I asked for it because he wanted to make sure the whole thing was put out. Now, again, this does go back. I do question, and this is not slamming at all, because he's the one who's a detective, not me. I don't know. I know there's all kinds of things they're allowed to do, not allowed to do, whatever. I personally feel and can say from my experience in dealing with the Utah detectives that the whole YouTube thing destroyed their cases, because like they're definitely not, they should never have been continuing contacting Don and all of it. There's so much done that, yes, a lot of it was put on YouTube right away and stuff. So yeah, I'm on with this. Yeah, I'm on. I mean, I don't like it. And I've told Mary that I don't like it. The cases didn't get treated fairly because of YouTube, which means they should never be put on YouTube. And I would think a detective should have known better. Mary has told me that, she felt at some point that Chris kind of put, they were on the YouTube, and then they started the cases, filed the cases. And then Mary told me it was some time since Chris even had contact with Mary. So, but I think Chris was very upset because the detective was a no call, no show to do whatever it's called. I'm blanking on it, of speaking with Mary and, recording it all and all of that. And Chris was there for that, but this detective, they didn't call or show. It was all handled very wrong, all of it. And I've said that from day one. So I don't know, what is she saying, that interview that Josh showed is not true? Or because she can't be that mad that interrogation, yeah. She can't be that mad that he played it if it is legit at this point, because I mean, do we all agree with everything that frickin' Tiffany Marie has put up? No. We all can't agree with what we've all been doing all of the time. There's just no fucking way. So I don't know. I'm confused, but let me keep reading. She said that they failed to do all those things. She sat horrified while they abused the power. This will, without a doubt, be one of the hardest live streams I have ever done. These women are human beings with beating hearts. Yeah, I think she's getting into basically what I'm saying, and I kind of now bashing Chris McDonough. I'm not for, because there's a lot of information that's on here due to Chris McDonough that none of us would have, and let's be freaking honest, we all want. So the people are gonna lie and say that they don't. Okay, why are you here then? But yeah, I'd have to say that I don't think that it ever should have been on YouTube. Like, it really honestly shouldn't, if they wanted their cases taken seriously. And Mark, my husband, has said that right from day one.
Yes.
It was a distraction all along, took away from Summer. But that's not on any of the victims either. This is not on them. It's the people who enabled them to come on YouTube. That's what I feel like. So I don't think we needed all of that information right now in time until, like, I don't know. We'll just leave that alone. Everyone here knows exactly. I've said it from day one. It's not a surprise, but I don't want to bash anyone, because it certainly isn't the victim's fault. They felt comfortable because, kind of like Tiffany Marie's post here says, he is got a badge. He's law enforcement. But yeah, I don't know. It just shouldn't have been. If it was me, do you care more about being an officer and handling this with care and handling these victims with more care and making sure that they can nail this son of a bitch as hard as possible? Then it shouldn't have been on a YouTube channel. That's where he isn't a cop, he's a YouTuber. And while he doesn't want people to have anything to say with what he's doing, and oh, Canada's lit up with warrants. Well, if you're a real cop, you know I don't have warrants out. So I already knew for a long time that Chris McDonough lies on YouTube just to get people all hyped. He did it with the stupid shed thing with Don. Like Don, hate Don all you want. That shed thing was nothing but for views and cliffhangers. And then he told everybody that I'm on the run and I have warrants, and that's why I got deported to Canada. Well, you don't get deported. Like, no, I wouldn't have warrants still if I got deported. The warrants would have been taken care of, and then I would have been deported. But no, if he knew that, he would know I've been across the borders multiple times since him saying that, and that it's just not true. Like, he makes up things. So right then and there, when I heard him say that I was getting lit up with warrants, I said, okay, well, this officer's, he's not a cop in my eyes no more. He's just a YouTubian, unfortunately. And that's just what it is. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I just do. But let's get to the calls while we're talking about it. Because it just becomes this huge distraction, and that's all it's been. That's all anyone can talk about. And they did it to try and get Don convicted of being guilty of something, but we still don't know what is he guilty of, because there's no Summer. Okay, he's this bad guy. And Don did confess to things, but at the same time, we know what it was for. Hey sis, cotton candy boobs. I caught him saying something was said in a totally different way that was put out, excuse me, in the first place. Yeah, well, and it kind of seemed like he was getting annoyed with, he was making it seem like he didn't think TBI was taking him very seriously at all. Use essay information. Yeah, we've all felt that way, but he's so beloved because it's Chris McDonough. No, I think Chris McDonough and Josh Lab has gotten some good information put out. We're specifically speaking about should open cases for victims have been put on YouTube before things were handled. Not saying it shouldn't have ever been, but I think it should have been handled a little bit differently. But I have said that from day one. That's not news. That's not new for me or this channel. So bye. So the sound on here is really sucky because Don's got me on one phone on speaker while speaking on to his dad on another phone on speaker. So it's loud.
Try to sleep with you. How long ago was that? I didn't know she did. Oh, I thought you said she did. Oh, she did one time, right? Yeah. Wonder, what do you think? She's trying to ruin you or what? Yeah, she did something. I didn't get up with the bathroom and stay away. Yeah. Damn good thing you did that. Yeah. She's tearing my world apart, and she's live right now on the podcast talking to that ex-detective, telling him all kind of crazy stuff. Ain't exactly, I admitted my part. I tried to apologize on live TV, that whole 9 yards. I told her I was sorry. I was younger, I was stupid, but she ain't admitting to any of her part of it at all. Oh well. I tried. Tried to apologize to her, but she's not accepting an apology. Of course not.
Okay.
That's what I don't understand. When I was in Utah, I went up to her and I told her, I was like, when we was younger and stuff, I know I was out of line and I wanted to apologize to you. And she just gave me a big old hug, everything, and just said, don't worry about it. And now she's done a 180 and just flipped it all around. Because this Chris McDonough guy is just, begging her to do this video and all this and that on live TV to ruin my name any way she can, I guess. I don't get it. It's not bad enough I lost my daughter.
So the way his father talks in that, his dad seems to definitely know about the abuse. And John Davis True Crime, I have not heard of any claims against the dad, but you can tell he definitely knows about it. Yes, I think he was home. Yeah. I mean, he's told me he's been home multiple times, so. by accident, when he's been pissed off at me or whatever. He's yeah. So yeah, I do believe. I've always believed he's been home. Just like everyone's tripping out now about Hunter being at that house. Go back to some of my very first episodes. I said Hunter was at that house. I always believed that Hunter was at that house on June 14th because the way he talks about how she got her swimming suit on, and then Chris McDonough even said where'd he put it on, because he had pointed and said she went in the house and got Summer's swimsuit on her, and Candace said she put the swimsuit on her in the house at home. But remember, go back to my stuff. I said Hunter was there that day. Hunter was definitely at that house that day. And you go back and Benny's showing some stuff that has been put around before, but I'm glad he's re-showing it because people forget where, yeah, Grandis even said Hun, Summer, and Candace were planting flowers. He was definitely at that house that day. Now, if you watch how Candace talks to Chris McDonough about getting the swimsuit on, and then you go and watch how Hunter says about getting the swimsuit on, and it's like he catches himself, but he even points behind him and everything, and I'm like, he's literally like picturing himself there at the house. But yeah, I've said it from day one. Oh, he definitely knows more about that day. Yeah, sounded like he was just kind of going along with what Don. Yeah, definitely very generational. Yeah. Generational of this kind of abuse. And you hear Don says, well, my parents left the pornos out and my parents are doing this and that. And, it's my parents' fault. And then it's the victim's fault. So, well, that's the man right there he's talking about. Hold on. What did he say? Now, right at the beginning of this call, too, there's a girl's voice. And if you listen very closely, I hear the word hospital, but I don't know. Hold on. Did you hear that? Yeah, he did say we.
When did Jeannie ever try to sleep with you? How long ago was that? I didn't know she did. Oh, I thought you said she did.
So right there, he says, so Dad, when did Jeannie try to sleep with you? And his dad said, I didn't know that she did. And he's saying, I thought you said she did.
Jeannie ever tried to sleep with you? How long ago was that? I didn't know she did. Oh, I thought you said she did. Oh, she did one time, right? Yeah.
Okay, so it went from I didn't know she tried to sleep with me to Don saying, oh, I thought you told me she did. And then he said, well, she did try it one time. What the freak?
What do you think, she's trying to ruin you or what?
So Jeannie apparently tried something with his dad, and when he went to the bathroom, but he just kind of stayed away. I'm sorry. I call BS on that.
Damn good thing you did that.
Oh, and do you think it was try to ruin you? Like, wait, so the victims come out, and you're just saying, oh, that's just a way to ruin you. Like, that's how he really thinks. Like, listen how he speaks. Like, it's like men's right to molest their sisters and victimize women, but how dare they ever speak out about it? Because that's just trying to ruin us. Anyone else knows that the closer shit gets to the fan, whether it's Summer's case or the sisters, the louder, crazier, and meaner Dawn gets. Absolutely. That's very much true. Thank you for that, by the way.
She's tearing my world apart. She's live right now on the podcast talking to that ex-detective, telling him all kind of crazy stuff. And exactly, I admitted my part. I tried to apologize on live TV.
Okay, YouTube is not live TV. You have not actually done live TV because Dr. Phil wasn't even live TV. It was actually pre-recorded as he was being canceled, by the way, so the views were way down. He's been on a couple news things that are local Tennessee, but the way he's acting, like, sorry, you're not like on some big TV screen, national TV. You were on YouTube. And what you just did here, having me be a third party caller on, is just confess to harming your sisters, and you're confessing it on the phone with me and your dad there, and you're borderline getting your dad to confess of some fucked up shit with me all there listening to it. What are we doing?
Well, not yours. I told her I was sorry. I was younger, I was stupid, but
I was younger, I was
she didn't
stupid.
admit to any of her part of it at all.
She ain't admitting that she was 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, she's not admitting that any of it's her fault. Remember, she ran to Don and tried putting her hand down his pants. Because, at 5 years old, her evil plan was to ruin Don Wells in case his daughter ever went missing one day. That's what the victims were thinking. I'm sure of it. See, so the dad, hold on, I'm going to shut up for a minute. But the dad, this is why I really do not like him. What his response are, sorry, Mary, Jeannie, whatever. But I don't like the response here because Don's telling his dad, oh, well, I confess to telling his dad. So his dad already knows. And we already all know that his dad already knows what he's done to these victims. And here he is again confessing it. Oh, well, Dad, I said sorry on live TV, and now she's just out to ruin me. I did it, and we all know I did it, but like, I tried to apologize. She won't own up to her shit. And you're going to hear his dad say, of course she won't. What the freak? I don't understand why these ladies would want to have any kind of relationship with this man at this point. I don't know, because that is absolutely insane. Oh, Jaded gifted 5 members. Wow, thank you. Whoever got those memberships from Jaded, make sure that you give her a big thank you just in time too, because like I said, specifically to keep my haters and not running around in circles, I'm going to be putting things everywhere. So members are going to be getting some exclusives as well, exclusives on Rumble, exclusives on Patreon. I'm trying to learn to go live on Patreon, TikTok, like all of my platforms. You guys will want to be following because I'm going to be dropping crumbs everywhere. It ain't my job to help other people piece them together anymore. I'm done, but I'm just going to be dropping them. Hi, River Mom. Good to see you. Melody. Hey, Nanas. So, yeah, okay, let's listen to the father's, now, let's listen to him confess to his father and me again to, molesting and raping his stepsisters, and then his dad's response.
He's live right now on the podcast, talking to that ex-detective, telling him all kind of crazy stuff. Ain't exactly, you know,
Absolutely, yes. And much more has been sent to all of the detectives, Chase Livett. Yep, absolutely. You already know. And these are from August 22nd, 2021 at about 7:00 p.m., by the way.
did my part, and I tried to apologize on live TV, a whole 9 yards. You know, tell her I was sorry. You know, I was younger, I was stupid, but she ain't admitting to any of her part of it at all.
Of course she wasn't. You heard it right there. Does that? I mean, that's terrible.
Tried to apologize to her. She's not accepting an apology.
Of course not. And there he is, like, even upset on Don's behalf. How dare Mary not accept an apology from him on live TV? Should have planned that pay-per-view $1 million deal, Don.
That's what I don't understand. When I was in Utah, you know, I went up to her and I told her, I was like, you know, when we was younger and stuff, I know I was out of line and I wanted to apologize to you. And she just gave me a big old hug, everything, and just said, don't worry about it. And now she done a 180 and just flipped it all around. I don't, because this Chris McDonough guy is just, you know, begging her to do this video and all this and that on live TV to ruin my name any way she can, I guess. I don't get it. It's not bad enough I lost my daughter.
You guys, wild. Yeah, it just acts like, yeah, normal behavior, which is disturbing. Definitely disturbing. I didn't see the comment, but remain calm. Please get better soon. I see people telling you to get better soon. I don't think I've ever heard Don Wells mention it on the news live. Yeah, live TV, YouTube. Yeah. All right, let's listen to a little something else, changing a little bit of gears, even though his sisters always come up. As I'm going through these recordings, something else. I just did not even really realize how often Don talks about this $50,000 and his daughter. You know, it's wild. Privately gave me hope, thinking, okay, maybe she is alive somewhere if they really did, like, just have her adopted out to try and swindle CPS, because they knew that the kids were going to get taken. So, like, you know, like everyone thinks that, you know, let's get Summer adopted out. We're out. But then again, I just don't know. They wouldn't be able to have all 4 of their children missing. That might be too obvious. So they took the only girl, you know, I don't know. Because I do wonder, well, why not all of the kids, but the girl? Let's not even lie. 5-year-old beautiful blonde girl is of value. They, right? Seems to be to the church for sure. Yes. Utah, Tennessee, Arkansas, Wisconsin, TBI, FBI, Pruitt, Lawson, everybody and their moms have gotten copies. One second. Okay. Hey, Wendy. Do you believe it's fact that CPS was there on the 14th? If so, do you think it was to open or to close the case? I believe CPS was definitely involved. I'm not sure now if it was to close or open a case, because here's my thing. Why would, if the case was closed, there would be no need for them to try and get rid of Summer or one of the kids to try and dodge CPS, right? Unless they knew, okay, this case isn't closed, or I don't know. Or was there one open and closed prior, and then this is a new one opening? Because if it was just a new one opening, that would make sense too because within that same 30 days, they took the brothers out of there, and they have that 30 days to open, close, or make a decision on the movement of the case, right? And it was within that 30 days that the brothers were taken out. So I do wonder in my own mind, was the 14th the opening of a new case, not the closing of a case? And so, and they knew, because let me be clear, it would have been the opening or closing of a case, yes, but not the first case, right? And all of these times, these are why you see these types of people state jump. They've had CPS problems in multiple states, right? But Don was on probation and stuff here in this state, so he couldn't exactly leave. So what would the next thing be? Trying to get rid of one or all of your kids before CPS takes them, maybe, perhaps? I don't know. Because you'll hear a partial of this clip that I play where he talks about Summer gets adopted out for $50K cash. Now, I'd rather hear that than she was traded for drugs, $50K cash, which was the original story of the Summer and $50,000. Mr. Sure has a Walmart bag on his head trying to make me laugh while he's putting laundry away. Sorry, I'm chewing Nerd Clusters candy thing. Did you just try to put my shirt on you?
No, holy shit.
Oh. He is such a nerd, you guys. But I love him.
What?
Yeah.
You told
Here's
us.
the whole 9 yards. I dropped here's the whole 9 yards. I dropped her out, get 50,000 cash or whatever. This is here's the whole 9 yards. I dropped her out, get 50,000 cash or whatever. This is probably way here's the whole 9 yards. I dropped her out, get 50,000 cash or whatever. This is probably way huger than anybody realizes.
Interesting. Yeah, he's like a monkey, yeah. So that's interesting, right? Oh shit, yeah. Now, we had snow a little bit ago. It's been a little bit nicer out and melted, but we'll definitely be getting it back soon. 50,000 sounds like he put more into that idea. It's not the first time he's mentioned 50,000, because don't forget that Benny and I broke the $50,000, and Mr. Share. It was us that brought it to the internet. I originally actually gave it to Jayus for justice, because if I broke it, Don would have known. And Don, when he said that, was like, "Oh my God, you didn't record me, did you? You didn't put that out there, did you?" But yeah, it's not the first time. So you guys have heard it. And he's texted it, he says jokingly, but why would you joke that? But yes, it's been mentioned, but not mentioned as $50,000, someone paying them $50,000 to adopt Summer. Like I said, I'd much rather hear that than the other story that was said of it being drugs. Yes, I did. Nobody has to ask, was anything sent to the law? You bet your ass it was. This is why a lot of things have not been played for over 2 years, and I was just holding on to it. That's why you can tell part of this still isn't being played publicly for you guys, because I don't know. I'm not sure if the car was paid for. Not sure. I have no idea. As for little Timmy's conspiracy theories, I'd love for him to explain how 3 states in over 20 plus years are all conspiring together. Right. Again, I don't know how. Hey Jude, hey, I don't know. I had to sit back and ask, how are these people? Because there wasn't a time, I don't recall ever hanging up the phone with Don, Candace, Robin, or any of these people and not thinking, okay, this is fucked up. Not one conversation ever sat right to me with these people. So I'd be a fool to think that it's sitting right with everybody else talking to them too. There's just no way in hell. Sorry. There's just no way that I'm believing that. Absolutely not.
The whole 9 yards, adopt her out, get 50,000 cash or whatever. This is probably way huger than anybody realizes. The only one that might even have an inkling of an idea is President Trump.
Right. Yeah, you guys got to bring Trump into this. He's been vocal about it.
When he was talking about draining the swamp, this is what he was talking about. This is why people hate him, because this is huge. It's taken. If he was trying to take $59 billion away from the so-called swamp.
Actually, Don is a junior. Don is Donald Wesley Wells Jr., I do believe. And then so is his son is a junior. Or if he's not, well then Don's son, who's like in his 30s, is Don Jr. But I thought that also Don was also a junior. But maybe it's in his son's name then. But if I'm not mistaken, Don is also a senior. It's way huger. Yeah, he said it's way huger than everybody knows, just like Donald Trump would say. As usual, Wonder Train, right? Always trying. Yeah. One would be the third. Okay. So then it would be maybe his son's name. Now, I've had phone calls with his older kids with Pam, and Don Jr. told me that Don would never even so much as spank him, let alone beat him. Now, I didn't really believe that, but I mean, I was told verbally from Don's older son, Donald Jr., that Don is not he doesn't abuse kids. He would not speak on Candace. And he did say he was going to record it, and, you know, because of course John wanted it on YouTube. And he was going to record it for Dawn to give me, and then he did not want to record it. So I also thought that that was interesting. And same with Margie, is his older daughter. So, but again, didn't want it recorded. And what we'll get into tomorrow is clips of, which I don't know why I didn't see it, but Don was saying all along that Richard Tucker was one of his alibis. To now looking back and listening back to conversations, no, he wasn't, because Don was telling me and other people that Richard Tucker was not validating what he was saying, and he was a little upset with it. So I was glad to find that in a recording too, because I had known, I was like, I knew he got pissed and he did a live and he was cussing out Richard Tucker. But yeah, the time, definitely listening back to this, Richard Tucker is not an alibi for Dawn. And I did find the recording now where he even says that Richard Tucker, yeah, which would explain why he got mad now if he was to find out that all of a sudden Richard Tucker's story doesn't match his. That looks bad. And then that's when they get mad. Is anytime you poke a hole in the story, goes outside their narrative, and it's like, oh shit, that's when you see them just totally flip out, because we know that they're lying. Right, didn't say why. Yep. Oh, exactly. Okay, I want to try and get through some of Trev's. I don't know if he's still alive, but he had an interesting one. Sean Williams, which again, I brought this name up, and that's when I haven't actually spoken to Don since I brought up Sean Williams' name. There was no denial. When I said, does Tim know him or Candace know him? Crickets. So interesting. But yeah, Trev had on the victim. I don't remember her name. Forgive me. You guys can throw it in the chat if you have it offhand. He interviewed her tonight, and I was enjoying listening to that interview, because that girl has balls of steel. It is terrible what she went through, but yeah, she does not believe that she just fell out of that window, she was saying. So I want to try and catch some of that before I fall asleep tonight. And then I will see you guys tomorrow with, of course, you know, we're just going to keep going through text messages and recordings, because you know what? You know, it irks him just a little bit too. So that's fine. They said I was a tragedy pimp and sharing everything and putting everything out on my channel, when really I've put hardly anything on my channel. So fuck it. I've been convicted of it for 2.5 years now. I'm going to do the crime now. Okay. No, Tim and Don didn't date, but he does wear the pants in the relationship between all three of them. Yes. Okay. Yes. You guys can message me something. Yeah, I feel like it's better to do it kind of like in these parts, to try and, I can't even get them. I'm trying to get these things in some order, you guys, but it's hard with no dates on there. But we, yes, we need to get into the Tim right now. Yeah, you guys saw how hot Tim was, and well, you know, he controlled Dawn that night. So Tim being called suspect number 4 was definitely a hot button to push. So we're going to go right back to that button because he is suspect. And now when I'm thinking of it and going back and seeing when I start talking to Don and how I know Tim Mullins was the one controlling him then, just how much control he had over Don, there's no fucking way that he met Don just in July of 2021 like he's trying to say. There's no way. He already very, very early on, before that. And even if he met in July, even to think of that time frame and how much control this man had does not make sense. To the point where Don's trusting this random guy he's only known for a couple of days and turning away pro bono teams of attorney, multiple people, a team of attorneys, 5-star in Knoxville, pro bono. Nah, I don't fucking think so. Let's see here. Is this something you want me to see now? Oh, wait, I'm not seeing anything. I won't say your name, but you know. You. In chat. Hey, High Priestess. Tim reminds you so much of 423 Chase. Well, they definitely probably knew each other. Oh, yes, someone sent me that. Yep. There's a lot of higher ups that are charged with terrible things to children, you guys. So the corruption is very real in their area. That's not really a conspiracy theory anymore when we're getting the proofs and arrests to go with it. So. All right, we'll get things put a little bit better together. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, where he went missing. Oh, that's where Sean Williams went missing from. That's who that is. Okay. Oh, well, we already knew there was corruption there for damn sure. There was corruption there. What grown man makes up a job for free to help with people? Yeah. Now, I have to tell you, I brought it up to Don too, and we'll see those texts. I was like, why was Tim Mullen trying to be meteor manager for Monkey Vaughn? And he goes, who's Monkey Vaughn? I'm like, Brandy Neal's son that's missing. Why would Tim Mullen try to be managing you guys and Monkey Vaughn's case? And Don was like, I don't know why he would do that. Isn't Michael Vaughn's case in another state? I said, yeah, I believe it's in Idaho. And Don was like, I have no idea because Tim lives here in Tennessee. He's currently in Greece right now, but he lives here in Tennessee, Cher. So I don't know why he would be trying to manage someone in Idaho. So I don't believe that. That's just more bullshit and rumors that YouTubians are making up. So you can't believe everything you hear. Oh yeah, I have it all in conversations. But we know damn sure because who are we going to believe? Tim Mullen or Brandy Neal? I'm going to believe Brandy Neal. So Don either does know he did that and is just lying, but if I'm being honest, it sounded like he really didn't have no clue and was actually confused why the fuck Tim would be doing that because of the different states and all being involved. But and then he was like, well, I don't know, but you know, Tim's just a really nice guy. Perhaps he just wanted to help. And so, yeah, so perhaps he's really just a nice guy and wanted to help or everyone made it up. It's just more YouTubian bullshit and rumors. So that's pretty weird to me too. That's strange to me. I don't know why it's strange. It just is weird because, like, well, they call each other besties. So I'm going to play the rest of this recording for you guys tomorrow too, where you'll hear Don Wells think it would be funny to you know, go on live TV and pretend to uncover his daughter's bones. Yeah, to get back at some psychics, which I had to talk him out of doing, which is why he went with driving around with a toothpick in his mouth, because I thought that was the better option. Oh my God. But yeah, this is what innocent people do. Just saying, hey Justin, hey Boo. Sorry, I didn't know that you were live same time, but I'm going to catch a replay on you and Trev as I go to bed. And then when I wake up in the morning. But yeah, I'll you know what? Fuck it. I'll end with that, just that little part. Let me end with just that little clippy part. Because you guys will be like, no way, no way. Don's innocent. You know, he's made mistakes. He's just a human. No way would he want to pretend to dig up bones of his daughter. Share, you evil bitch.
It's the right thing to do.
It's just whatever's in your heart to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. No right or wrong. No matter what you do, you're going to be wrong to some people. And that's just.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I go and film this house, so I'm gonna have to cheat here.
Do it, yes, please do it. And then I'll go live tonight and I'll show it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't care who you are. You gotta laugh.
Right.
And hey, why not?
Anything else we can think of? I mean, we may as well just keep it going. I don't know.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Maybe I have to find some bones or something. Take some bones up there. I don't know.
No, that's too far. Don't do that. That's too far. The toothpick in the mouth, that's funny. The bones, that's too far. It's been done too many times also. I don't want to see it. He's laughing. I had to laugh like that was a normal conversation. Ugh. Anyways, yeah. That's innocent people. How you can call me an evil bitch and wonder why I'm not supporting that. Or wonder why I did the things that I did to continue having this person talk and feel comfortable with me. Well, oh, let Daisy be mad. She went and showed my ass all around her channel and made money off of it. So little Miss Daisy can be mad all she wants that I took a public picture, screenshotted it, and used it. Because she does help support the fuckery. She is a part of this bullshit, weird ass Brady Bunch, bullshit Tim Mullen fuckery. She's a part of it. She could take my pictures and charge people and have to wait until there is 250 people in chat to show my ass off and then wants to get mad that I'm showing her face. Just her face now. Just her face. Get the fuck out of here. But you know what? Go defend those friends of yours some more who wants to put out $1 million ideas and talks about their daughter being missing in charge or for $50,000, maybe adopted, and just thought it was hilarious to pretend to undig their missing daughter's bones. You go ahead and you keep being besties with that and calling me out because I'm so terrible. Bye.